Bonjour et bienvenue à ma chaîne YouTube. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to solve an exercise based on the simple future tense in French. L'exercice pour le futur simple en français. C'est parti. So in this video, we are going to solve an exercise based on the simple future tense, especially for the exceptional verbs. Now, when we say exceptional verbs, these are verbs that do not use the formula that we used earlier to make the simple future tense for the majority of the verbs in French. Instead, these verbs have their own root form, and then we choose the appropriate endings with respect to the subject or the subject pronoun. Now, to understand this even better, let's have a look at the first sentence. So the verb in the brackets is recevoir, which means to receive. In the sentence, we already have the root form for the verb, that is R-E-C-E-V-R. And all we have to do is simply choose the appropriate endings with respect to the subject. In this case, the subject is les enfants. So if we had to replace the subject with a subject pronoun, it would be the third person plural, that is il, which means they. So in that case, the correct endings would be ONT. Les enfants recevront des nouvelles chaussures pour Noël. The children will receive new shoes for Christmas. Moving on to the next one. The verb we have is faire, which means to do or to make. In the sentence, we have the root form for the verb, that is FER. So simply, we need to choose the correct endings with respect to the subject pronoun je. In this case, the correct endings would be AI. Je ferai la révision un jour avant la date de l'examen. I will do the revision one day before the exam date. Moving on to the next one. The verb we have is falloir, which means to be needed. So the root form for the verb falloir is FAUDR, and all we have to do is choose the correct endings with respect to the subject pronoun il. So in this case, the correct ending is A. Pour obtenir un travail, il faudra un CV. To get a job, a CV is needed. Moving on to the next one. The verb we have is apercevoir, which means to have a glimpse or to see. Again, we have the root form for the verb apercevoir, that is APERCEVR. All we have to do is choose the correct endings with respect to the subject pronoun nous. So in this case, the correct endings would be ONS. ONS. Après-demain, nous apercevrons une belle étoile filante. Day after tomorrow, we will see a beautiful shooting star. The next sentence. The verb we have is valoir, which means to be worth. In the sentence, we have the root form for the verb valoir, that is VAUDR. So again, we follow the same steps, that is, we choose the correct endings with respect to ça. Now, in French, the word ça means it or that. So when the word ça is paired with a verb, that is, when a verb is conjugated with sa, it will be treated as the third person singular, that is, il or elle or on. So in this case, we need to choose the correct endings with respect to the third person singular, that is et. Ça vaudra la peine si tu étudies bien. It'll be worth it if you study well. And the last sentence, the verb we have is courir, which means to run. We have the root form, that is COURR. We need to choose the correct endings with respect to the subject pronoun on. So in this case, the correct ending is A. Since on is the third person singular, so the sentence is pour la course on courra vite, which means for the race we will run fast. Now the subject pronoun on not only means one, but it can also be used to say we in French. Therefore, we can read this sentence as for the race we will run fast. Pour la course on courra vite. Thank you for watching et à bientôt.